recording. So whenever we want to get into it, we can go for it.
Hello.
Hello. I feel like it's been a minute since we've had like a regular ass recording.
It has been a minute, hasn't it?
Yeah. It has been.
Yeah.
We've been doing
At
interviews and out of our normal habitat.
Mm-hmm.
Happy holidays, friends.
Happy holidays to you.
This is your host, Delilah. Cheers, queers.
Cheers.
Welcome to Toasted Lavender, where we drink beer and talk queer.
You do.
Is that a new one?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
That is good.
That was a good one.
That's a bumper sticker.
Yeah.
That is a bumper sticker.
Drink
Who wants
beer
to
and
design
talk
a bumper
queer.
sticker for us?
Drink beer, talk queer.
The beer that we're all sharing this evening is a Epic Brewing Big Bad Baptist Black Forest Cake Edition.
I'm so excited.
It's an imperial stout aged in whiskey barrels with cherries, coconut, and cacao nibs, and it's 11% alcohol. Cacao.
Cacao.
Cacao to this.
I'm going to taste it.
It's delicious. It's a winter holiday festive. Perfect for the occasion beer, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's good.
Booze before shoes.
I know, I thought about bringing a bottle of that to compare. Yeah, it's probably awful.
Probably. We tried to make a cherry beer.
Is that now?
It's-
I've tried
I remember that one.
It's
That
like
was
really
6
good.
years old.
Oh, 6.
It's like we've been
No.
hanging on to those.
It's
yeah,
not
it
that
is.
long.
Honey.
It was aged like
Was
a
it
year
before
when
us?
we met you, I feel like. So maybe.
It was barely before you.
Well, that was we became friends around the time of all of our wedding, which was 5 years ago. So it's possible that it was 6 years old.
Yeah.
It was like the next year that we became friends. Maybe 2017, 2018. I don't know.
I remember that beer being
Yeah.
really good,
I
though.
don't know.
I bet 5 years ago it was really good.
It was not.
It
what
may
I wanted it
age
to be, but
Yeah,
well.
it might. I don't
It's
know.
probably really fucking bad.
It's probably really bad, but we should try it soon.
We need to just dump it out. We'll try it, but we should probably just get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's taking up space. Anyway.
I quite like this. It's everything in this series that I've had though has been over the top for me. So I like it a lot.
I burned my tongue on my coffee today.
Oh, no.
So I don't know if I'm getting an accurate reading.
Reading.
Yeah.
What would you rate it with a burned tongue?
3.9.
Interesting. Alex?
I don't know what I would rate this.
I don't think that's a rating you can give in Untapped.
I would
but
give it a 4. I'd give it a 4.
You gonna round up?
Yep.
It gets a solid 4 for me too.
I'm going to go 4.25.
Oh, yeah, Lisa loves it.
I love this beer.
Yeah.
that we could bring it.
It's very
Yes,
jolly.
thank you for sharing it.
know.
It's very festive for this evening. Yes, it is.
Speaking of festive,
Insert jingle bells here, Lindsay.
yes. Oh, I got the sleigh bells.
Oh my
I've
god,
been
I
using-
love that
I
we
love
all
the sleigh
instruct her
bells.
to insert sound.
I love the sleigh bells in the last 2 episodes.
They're fun.
It's very festive.
There will be more.
There will.
Like maybe here.
So tonight we're doing our Queer Holiday Traditions episode starring the 4 of us.
These queers.
These queers.
Beige queers.
All right.
All right, who's going to go first?
Wait, what was the question? Oh, perfect timing.
That was the question.
That was a question.
Is that a question?
So I think we should start out talking about our favorite childhood holiday memories, traditions. You can get as dark or as light as you want with that, but
Child.
Favorite.
childhood holiday memories.
I can think of my favorite childhood holiday memory for you. I wasn't around, but I like hearing about it. But I'm going to let you come to your
I don't. I want you to give me a hint.
Well, it has to do with your mom.
Okay, keep going. I figured it. I figured that was part of it.
I think that's enough.
No, there are too many choices.
You got to speak into the microphone.
Okay, here I am.
You just like...
What's the story?
Well, I want you to tell. I can't tell your story.
But you just thought of it.
No, I know,
tell me
but
tell me what to talk about.
All right, I'll whisper.
Okay. My mom likes to make us pajamas. It was, for me, every single year I would get pajamas as a gift. And she would make them.
Homemade
pajamas.
And she's really good at sewing. Like, they look like professional.
My brother would have like a shirt that like buttoned, like had big buttons and like some little
matching
pants or shorts or whatever.
pants.
Yeah.
Was yours a nightgown?
Yeah, mine was usually nightgown. So, as you can imagine, it was very fun.
Were you ever jealous that you didn't have pants? Did you want pants?
It was fine. I mean, it was, I don't know.
See, my sister wore the gown. I was never a gown gal.
Well, when it's like flannel, then it's like, whoa. You know what I'm saying?
But it's really hot.
It does.
Do you
get really
remember
hot.
like the hot?
Yeah, like
flannel
just like
gowns?
very
You'd fall asleep and then you'd wake up like 2 hours later just like
drenched in sweat.
That's why it was okay to like not be wearing pants because it was hot.
Everyone at this table had a flannel gown.
I had a flannel
Absolutely.
gown.
I had
for sure.
unfortunately.
every single year I'd get one.
Oh my god, I never had a flannel gown.
Well,
I don't think I
cheers
really
to
had
Birdsong
flannel.
for never getting you a flannel gown.
Maybe flannel pajama pants.
Yeah.
So
Who's
every
making
year,
flannel pajamas for anyone in any shape?
My mother.
I'm sorry, Stacy.
so every year you got pajamas.
Every single year. And every single year, that was the present that we got to open on Christmas Eve.
Oh, so then would you wear the pajamas?
And then we'd have to wear the pajamas.
So you wake up in the pajamas.
And then there's a photo op in the morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you're already
And then we're
ready.
like, children. There are so many pictures of me like barely awake on Christmas
Yeah.
in front of some presents. And I'm just like,
So not much has changed.
not much has changed.
Your mom's like, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at-
Yes,
look at
pretty
over
much.
here.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nope, I can't see your pajamas. Nope.
But your mom my mom has gifted you a set of pajamas at least one time.
I think twice.
It wasn't a gown, I'm assuming.
No.
No.
The shirt
pants
was like
were
a
homemade.
3XL, so that was basically a gown.
Yeah.
But it was just like a Fruit of the Loom
Yes. Pink.
shirt.
Mm.
Yeah, you got pink.
I got pink.
And then you
She
had
really
the
nailed
pink
that,
polka
didn't she?
dot
Your face
Polka
right now.
flannel.
I've never seen you in polka dots.
You probably won't. So pajamas. Do you have anything to add? Did I stir up any? Did I stir up anything else with the pajamas? Did it take you right back?
My mom always gets me candy that I'm never gonna eat.
Mm.
Candy you don't like?
Reese's peanut butter cups every single year. And every
She
year I
doesn't
say,
know.
I don't like these.
And she still gets them for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay.
Then you get a lot of
Yeah, no, it's fine.
peanut butter cups.
She's like, keep going.
It's absolutely fine with me.
My mom gives me like a lot of weird shit in my stocking. Like
It is
I don't
quite
know.
the variety of things in the
it's like a
stocking.
shower loofah and a toothbrush and an orange. It's just interesting.
There's lotion sometimes.
Yeah, lotion. Yeah, that's kind of how my stocking has always been. Is like there's an orange in it, and then there's like personal hygiene gifts.
We always got an orange too.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty
I think that's a thing,
traditional.
but
Yeah.
not personal hygiene.
Ours was always a chocolate orange,
Oh.
and I hate those
Yeah.
so much.
Is it just because of that, do you think?
No, because like I never
'Cause you're just
liked
like,
them,
I'm
but then I
fucking
just
sick
like
of it.
kept on getting one every year, and I'm just like,
chocolate, but I hate it.
yeah. And then
But
I
I
just
have
like
to
felt
eat
bad,
it.
and all my siblings were like obsessed with them. Like they would like hoard
Well,
their own little
This sounds
chocolate
like
orange,
you,
and
though. It's like, oh, everyone likes it. I don't.
yeah, well, I didn't like it.
Did
I
you
still
barter
don't
with
like
it? Were you like, I know how much you love these fucking things.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you
should've-
know I
you
did.
did
Yeah.
some
You know I
trading.
did. Oh yeah, yeah.
I would always get those Lifesaver books.
Oh
Yeah, us
I
too.
would get-
We
I
always
would get
got
one of
too.
those.
Yeah.
And I
Do
remember
they
being.
still make those?
Yeah. I think so.
I saw them at Target the other day.
Yeah.
I remember
That's
being
fun.
excited about them, but I don't like Lifesavers, so I would never eat it. But I just thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Were you like that too?
No,
Yeah.
because I'd eat them.
I liked Lifesavers when I was a kid. I don't like them now because I just feel like I'm gonna get cavities every time I
Yeah.
eat
Yeah.
one roll, and there's like 8 rolls in those.
Do they
packs.
still sell Lifesavers like that, or are they pretty much like a mint brand now?
I think they're basically a mint brand now.
Oh.
I think the like butterscotch and fruity ones only come out for their Christmas books.
That's interesting.
Or they have
I
those
haven't seen
packs. They have like the bigger packs, not the rolls, but they have like the bigger...
individually packaged
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. They have those
okay,
still of the butterscotch ones. I have seen those,
Hmm,
but
We should get one of those.
okay.
Okay.
we should get a book and just share all the Lifesavers because I wouldn't eat so many, but I would eat some.
We'd have to like break them in half, like a whole roll in half.
No, we'll just split up the rolls. If there's
We'll have
8
to barter
rolls,
and-
we'll barter. Yeah.
Flip a coin or
Yeah.
something.
We also got a Hallmark Christmas ornament in our stockings every year.
Oh, that's fun.
Special.
Yeah.
Do you still have them all?
I think my mom has all
Most of them.
all of them.
That's
Yeah.
fun. That's a fun thing.
Yeah. I enjoyed it because they change every year based on like movies or whatever came
The
out.
fun ones.
They do. So that was another that just popped into my mind, along with an orange. So you mentioned, sorry.
we really
We just, sorry, buddies.
So we talked about your personal hygiene items that you get from your mom and
Oh,
your
yeah.
pajamas.
Are there any other traditions that you're thinking of
for
me
you
that
No,
I'm not
I
thinking
think
of?
I did you a solid.
Okay,
I think
thanks.
yeah.
What a good wife. Just
you.
reminding you of what your childhood was like.
Yeah, it's hard to access those memories right now.
I understand.
My favorite thing was my mom writing from Santa, and then she would change her handwriting to make it look whimsical.
Like, like in the
yeah.
curves.
Yes, in like
Yes.
totally different handwriting.
That's fun.
That's a nice
My
memory.
parents did that too.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
In fact, one year they like got like a piece of paper and like wrote it with some fancy calligraphy pen and then like burned the edges of it.
Oh
and it was like,
Gosh.
wow,
That's
that's
fun.
fun. And
Like
it
an
was-
old treasure map. or
Yeah, it
whatever.
was totally like tarnished like a treasure map. And me and my brother both got one because we got the Jeep, motorized Jeep car as a joint gift that year. And so we each had like a Santa's burned letter, and it was like,
Santa's burned.
Yeah, because he just couldn't keep it away from the candles.
it
From
just,
the fire.
it looked,
From the
it was
fireplace.
very
very
thrilling as a
North
child.
Pole.
Oh, I'm sure. He came down the chimney and the fire was on.
He's like, oh shit, I still have these
Letters
in
are
my
just
box."
right
Letters
here.
just caught right on fire. God damn it. That's how you know they're real.
Yeah, yeah.
They're singed.
That was even like not believing. Like even when I got a little older, it was still fun to like, oh, it's, and my mom would always use different wrapping paper that wasn't
Yes.
used for any
Yes.
of the other gifts.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Santa
Yeah.
gifts had
My
different
mom did that
paper.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that you gotta.
That's
If you're gonna
smart.
change
My
the
Santa
handwriting-
Santa gifts didn't come with different wrapping paper. I got to tell you, it was all the same.
Santa has one brand in stock, all right?
He had to borrow some paper when he got to my house.
Do you have separate wrapping paper for your Santa presents?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're the odd one out, and I'm sorry.
That makes a lot of sense.
Does it?
I don't know.
Okay. I didn't think so.
No.
What else, Lindsay? What else stands out from your childhood Christmas?
What did you like do on a year-to-year basis?
So I'll give you my peak year.
Yeah, what do you think of when you think back to a childhood Christmas day?
So my peak childhood Christmas day was usually like I think most people where you wake up with your parents and your siblings and you open gifts. And you know, it's Christmas morning. It's like the most exciting morning of
You've been
the
waiting
year.
all year, yeah.
So, yeah.
Were you the type of household where you and your sibling would like run full speed to the tree in the morning, or was there like a procedure
It was
of
like
Christmas morning?
I think Lacey and I would sneak down and go check things out and then like go get my mom. And we'd have to like wait for her to like come downstairs.
And she would probably like take her sweet ass time.
like making coffee.
I'm gonna brush my teeth. I'm
Yeah.
gonna-
Wipe my face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
and so we're
parents did
just
that
like
shit,
Yeah.
But after we had like a family Christmas morning, we would usually go to my grandma's, my mom's mom. And I have a lot of cousins that are the same age as me. So we'd all meet up with our best gift and show it off, typically.
You brought like the coolest
bring
thing
your
you got.
Yeah. Yeah, like your
You
Game
just have
Boy
your
or
iPod with your AirPods in, and you're just like, oh, I'm just listening.
Dude,
You were
those
about
didn't.
10 years
Yeah,
too late.
yeah.
Yeah, you
No,
rewind.
you know, I will tell you, one of the times that I remember was getting a Sony boombox and like a ton of CDs. Like the first CDs I ever owned, which was Salt and Peppa, The Offspring, Green Day, TLC, of course.
Wow, good memory.
I think that's about it for Christmas. But yeah, so and my
So
cousin,
you bring your boombox
my-
and
yes.
all your CDs,
and my
that you
cousin
got?
Ryan also got a boombox and CDs.
Of
I think
course.
my mom and his dad colluded on that one.
Sure, yeah.
So then we're just like dueling boomboxes at my grandma's house.
Look, mine has
Yeah,
this extra speed bump volume. If you push that, you have extra traction when you...
Yeah, no, like
Like my bass is totally
They were
better
different.
than yours for sure.
they were different. They were different boomboxes. And they were the ones where like the speakers came off.
Yeah.
So you had like the main part and then you could put the speakers wherever you wanted.
Within like
okay,
a
so it was like
were
a CD stereo system.
It was like a stereo.
yeah.
But
I
you could
got
it
one
still
of
had a
those for
handle.
Christmas,
Yeah.
too.
It still had a
hook 'em
handle.
on and
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It could be on the go if you needed.
Battery powered.
If you wanted to, you could power it with batteries.
Some big old huge
Yeah.
batteries that are like $12.
Yes. Yeah, you got to really want it if you
I
want
can't
to take
believe
it
how
with you.
many batteries those took. Like 8 of those
Yeah.
fucking batteries.
Yeah.
And yet the damage that we've done to our environment has been a million times worse in the times since those big batteries.
We were talking the other day. Did you guys have the parents who, when you opened your presents on Christmas morning, they like had a pile of batteries ready, Or were they like, oh shit, this requires 6 AA's and we don't have any batteries. You have to wait until
Batteries
tomorrow.
were taped to the gift. Usually.
Oh, okay.
We were
birth
the
song
oh
is-
shit family. for
No,
sure.
we were the Costco family, so we already had batteries. Like, don't even worry.
You just
Dad
had a
has
reserve.
65
Backup.
double A's downstairs.
Okay, you got some backups
Yeah.
ready. Kai, what about you? What are your favorite childhood memories around Christmas?
We would always go get a tree with like a bunch of my dad's family on the day after Thanksgiving. We would like go into the forest and cut down a tree, which was fun.
Chainsaw or
No, my dad had like one of those like arc
a
saws.
bow saw?
Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
So it's like Christmas Vacation.
Yeah,
God.
literally. And my dad
That would
loves
take
that
so
show.
long.
Yeah, we did that every year and strapped it onto the top of the car, put it in the back of the truck, whatever, you know, it was a whole thing. But it was fun, and we as kids got to like pick the Christmas tree we wanted, and my parents would like, you know, my dad would be like, "No, that's not the one. That's not the look at that flat spot on the side,"
yeah.
you know. But
and you're like, okay, let's hike some more.
yeah,
You're like, let's draw this out a few more hours.
Yeah. All right. Fine.
well,
Let's
but it
keep
was
on
like a
keeping
place
on.
that was like they grew Christmas trees to be hard.
Okay.
Like
all right. So
it
you
wasn't just like
the
foraging
mountains.
through this
because
crazy.
you can do that.
Okay, no, it wasn't quite like that.
You
It
get
was-
a permit. And
to
you can go into the wilderness and find your own goddamn tree that
But
was meant
that's
for
really
you.
that's really only for people that have like 12-foot ceilings.
Yeah,
Well, we know
You know what I
exactly
mean?
one person.
We know exactly one person that does this.
and that's fun. I'm sure that's a fun thing.
I'm
for
sure
them.
it is, but
We've
it's
never
not
seen
for
a
us.
photograph of how they get that shit home. And I want to know. Like, do they have to, like, is it just 7 feet off the back of their
Yeah,
SUV?
yeah, in the
You know
front,
it is.
you have
Yeah.
it hanging off
The
both.
front and the
Yeah.
yeah.
You center that shit on your vehicle.
You better tell Roger I want to see a picture of on the vehicle. Because
Well, we're not going to get it for another 11 months.
Well, no, he should have a recent one.
Do you think that he like takes a picture of it on the car?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know either.
All right.
Yeehaw.
My parents also did this, which as a kid I absolutely hated it, but now like looking back as an adult, it was kind of fun. My dad always had his camcorder, and we would all wake up and we were not allowed to go downstairs because all of our bedrooms were upstairs when we were little, when we were super little. When we got older, we were split on floors, but like our bedrooms were all upstairs and my parents' bedroom was upstairs too. And we would wake up and we would go wake up my parents, and then they would do the whole thing like, oh, we're brushing our teeth. And my dad had to put his contacts in, which was
And it
just
was like,
an
you can't walk
eternity.
past this stair or
Yeah,
whatever.
you
Like, you
can't
have
walk
to sit
past
down
this
and
stair.
wait.
Yes, don't you dare come off of this first stair.
Yeah, yeah.
We weren't allowed to come
I'm
off the
sorry, but that
first stair.
sounds really fucking fun as a parent.
I
Like,
know.
just like,
Oh, and they loved it. They
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely loved it.
Well, and you're
then-
like little chihuahuas like shivering because
Yeah,
you're so
it's just
excited.
And my dad would come out, like, finally come out of his room and be like, okay, let me through, and go down. And he would be at the bottom of our long stairs with his fucking camcorder, watching us all, like, barrel down the stairs and, like, run into the front room. But we weren't allowed to just free for all. It was,
Right.
Okay, yeah,
It was not
yeah.
a free for
There
all.
were
It was
stages.
I've never been in a free for all.
No,
I don't
no
understand.
You have to be
that.
given a gift, and then you have
Right.
to wait,
Yeah.
and then open it when you're commanded to.
But there were some things, like our stockings were always set in a certain chair, so we all like had our
so you
chair.
could run to your
and
chair.
some and some of it was like out, you know, like my mom would maybe like get us an outfit that she put out next to the stocking.
And you
or
knew whose
whatever.
it was.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But yeah, then we would always like after that we would go to both sets of grandparents' homes, which again, like when I was really young, I really, really loved it. It was so fun because we got to see all our cousins and like show off our cool new gifts. But then as I got older, I realized that it was like really stressful for my parents and that they were like, oh my God, can we just stay at home? Like we have to go from place to place and drive in the snow. It used to snow here way different than it. I feel like when I was little, it was always like,
But isn't
Always
it so
like
hard to know?
blizzarding on Christmas.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
It
I
was
remember
so
we
much
got snowed in
snowier.
a few times
Yeah, it was
when
so
I was a
much
kid.
snowier. And so I'm sure driving in the weather was stressful. And then like half the time we were like, I don't want to go. I want to play with my
I know.
whatever. Like,
And then your parents like don't even drink. Like, how did they
How'd they survive?
relax in an environment?
right. And and like, again, as you get older, you start to see, but like there were so many like glaring flaws within our family, and I'm not trying to be negative, but like people that I'm sure for both of my parents were absolutely just like, I have to see Aunt Susan, whatever. I don't know.
Susan for
No,
sure.
I had that a little bit too. Okay, so my dad's side, we'd all just go to my grandparents' house on Christmas. And it was usually like our first stop. And
Before
then
you even did your own thing.
we'd do our own thing.
Okay,
like,
in
we'd
the
wake up
morning
super
at your
early.
Okay.
Similar, like stay on the stair. We wouldn't really like eat a fancy breakfast or anything. It was like eat this Costco muffin or like this bowl of granola or whatever.
Something quick and easy.
And like we get through the presents under the tree, and then we go to my dad's parents' house. And then my mom's side, there's like many divisions. So we'd have to like go to my mom's dad's house, and then my mom's house, and then like sometimes my mom's sister's house.
That's a lot.
Is so hard. That's so hard. That's a lot of
Yeah.
people to have to.
And
like,
it's like,
as the parent that's having to coordinate that, I'm sure it's.
and how like even just like 3 out of those places, like I don't know, it's just wild. I can't imagine doing that
and
now.
just carting your whole family from
Yeah.
place to. All right, we gotta go somewhere else.
And like the time when I was a child, I think my parents were younger than I am now. This time that I remember.
That's a trip, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's
and like
crazy.
I would never do that. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's why I don't have any children, because like,
That's why.
I won't sacrifice
That's
for
why.
another human being
Yeah.
other than you.
I also feel
But
like
that's
I've
what-
learned a lot though from that situation with my parents, because I didn't realize. I don't know, like I feel like I've always been pretty receptive to other people's like stress and discomfort, and I feel like I internalized a lot of that as a kid.
Yeah.
And so seeing my parents be like in this, they were fine, but it was like clearly a stressful situation. It wasn't a fun and like holly jolly, because like
Right.
it was just like too much.
Yeah, I never felt like really holly jolly.
Yeah.
It was just like we got to go here and here and here and here.
Oh, I did.
I never felt like very
I felt jolly.
Yeah. I mean, I get excited. I'm
But
excited
you weren't
now,
just
but
like, yippee!
no, I was like, okay, I'm 9 years old. I'm checking my watch. Like, oh, we can only stay at grandma's house for another 45 minutes.
Lisa, how about you?
Okay.
Your favorite childhood tradition?
There's a prop.
Here it
entering the
is.
I would
stage.
like to introduce you all to Christmas Bear.
Okay. I see.
So for the listeners, this is in my home every year. My Christmas Bear from, I think I got this when I was 5.
Okay.
It's in incredible shape.
It's in very good shape.
I
for
know how old
being-
you are.
Yeah, I'm old as fuck. And this Christmas Bear, so embroidered on his hat says Lisa's Christmas Bear. And there's something really exciting that's going to happen. So his paw says squeeze me.
It's like the right. like a medley.
Yeah, and he has about 3 or 4 different medleys.
Okay.
He has a nice, classic like red and green scarf
That's
and
lovely.
hat.
Nice beanie.
Very traditional teddy bear that sings.
His
Christmas
ears come out of
songs.
his beanie, which I enjoy.
I like that very much.
I think this is one of the few things I have like left from my childhood, like as a young child.
Well, it's in really good shape. Like, feel happy about it.
I changed his batteries this year, and the ones inside were probably from 1991. They were like corroded to shit,
no.
but he still works.
That's
and
Yeah.
he has like this nice little zipper on the back.
That's
and
good. Okay.
yeah, so this is like, okay, I need to tell you something about when we started dating.
Uh-oh.
I brought out Christmas Bear, and Kai thought it was hilarious to hide him throughout our apartment. I came home from work one day, and he had a noose around his neck hanging from our closet.
Kai.
What?
What was going on with you, Kai?
Yeah,
Very
geez.
dark, and I was very upset.
That's dark. That's pretty dark.
Challenging time.
I'm not saying it's not funny, but it is dark.
It's funny because I don't even remember that at
Uh-oh.
all.
Oh, no.
Kai used to like hide him, and I'd come home and be like, "Where the fuck is Christmas Bear?"
Oh, that's so stressful.
I know, he's like one of the few things I have from.
You knew he
I'm
was
glad
safe.
I'm glad that you guys are out of this phase.
We're out of this.
relationship.
Kai knows just not to touch Christmas Bear.
Yeah.
And Kai knows now that if Christmas Bear got to floor level, one of our dogs would destroy him.
Right.
Right.
And
Blanche would take one. To
That would
look-
be bad. Bad news.
it's not worth the risk.
yeah.
2021.
Yeah, actually, I'm feeling quite nervous right now. I would appreciate if you put
Okay, I'll put
Christmas
him-
Bear
Yeah,
back
put him right
wherever
back.
he comes from. Thank you.
What else?
Oh, I feel like I can't remember a lot of my childhood Christmases. There's one year that like stands out as like the best Christmas of my childhood, and I was in 6th grade. All of my siblings, we all got footy pajamas with like the butt flaps
Oh.
this year, and mine had ice cubes on them. They were all like winter themed. Like my sister had polar bears, and my other sister had like penguins. They were like all the like legit like footy pajamas.
Flannel.
Yeah.
Hot
As fuck.
Yes.
And you can't get out of those things
Yeah.
easily.
So, did they have the grippy bottoms on the
Yes.
feet?
Yes.
To go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and you accidentally like dip one of the sleeves of your pajamas into the toilet bowl.
Can I just briefly tell you that my mom made a couple of times, but specifically one time for me and my brother, these like jumpers that there's a zipper from like your neck like all the way down to your feet, but it was like a big sack.
Yes.
And
I
then
know
you
what
had
you're
feet
talking
holes
about.
so your little feetsies could come out, but it was like a big rectangle that you were just kind of in.
Mm-hmm.
But you had like sleeves.
But that's not
Yes.
yours.
No, these were like
More form fit.
these like
Yeah.
were like a baby onesie.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember my mom being so excited that like she found them for all, because there's 5 kids and we have a wide age difference. Like at this time, let's see, my little sister would have been like 5 and my brother would have been like 18. So like for all of us to have like
so your
the
brother who's
same
18
thing.
has to like put on these fucking pajamas.
He's like
and take a
Ralphie from the
picture.
Christmas
yeah.
And then like your 5-year-old sibling is like, "Woo, these are so cute!
Yeah.
I'm so excited!
Very
Thanks, Mom."
excited.
So, you got butt flaps
Yeah.
on your PJs.
I just remember that year as being like, it was right before my parents got divorced. We were living in this huge, beautiful home. And like a huge part of our Christmases, my mom was a professional decorator at the time. So decorating our house was like a 2-week process. And it was literally like everything in the house was changed. So like our artwork, our family photos,
God.
our like plants, like literally everything was changed into holiday mode. And it was like you wipe the whole house clean and bring out new stuff for everything. So that was really fun because we would
Festive.
turn. We had this like amazing sound system, that like went through the whole house.
Yeah.
And we would blast Christmas music, specifically a very special Christmas volume 2, and we would just like dance around the house and like put a million Christmas decorations up, and it was always like such a big deal. Like our dishes would be switched out. It was like
God.
it was like rich kid Christmas to the max.
Your
Like
dishes. So you'd have like little holly leaves on your
yeah,
dinner
oh
plates?
absolutely. We had like a whole gingerbread thing happening.
It's like
Jesus.
Home Alone, where everything in the whole
Yes.
house is
Wow.
red and
Yes. We would like, we had 3 Christmas trees in our home. One of them was 15 feet tall. Like,
Right, you needed a big
just,
space for a tree that large.
yes.
Did you get them delivered, or would you like go pick out a 15-foot tall Christmas tree?
So 2 of them were artificial. The big one was in like 6 pieces
Oh,
in our basement
Okay.
that, you know, you'd stack. And then we had another one that, you know, like our fun one. And then we would get one real one.
okay.
It was a whole thing.
That sounds like a lot of shit to do in December.
One thing that stands out in my mind so specifically is we had a Hallmark ornament, Lindsay, and my dad loves Star Trek, and we had the Enterprise,
Oh.
and it was one of the ones where you like, it was a magic ornament, so you click on it and it says this whole dialogue. So it's like Star Trek to Enterprise, Star Trek to Enterprise. Happy holidays, live long and prosper. Like this whole thing. We just like pushed it a million times during Christmas.
You know, I love Star Trek.
I do know. We've talked about this.
I've been watching it. I haven't watched it in a couple weeks, but
I just now, for the rest of my life, will always associate Christmas and Star Trek together, and I can't separate those two things.
That's interesting.
because of
know
that
that-
one goddamn ornament.
You know that Whoopi Goldberg was in.
Oh, yeah,
The
I
Next
remember
Generation?
Whoopi
Okay,
in it,
all right.
yeah.
As
I
long
re-
as you remember,
I remember
this.
watching that with my dad. Yeah. And this is a thing. It's not like my dad was like a Trekkie. It wasn't like he was like
just liked the
diehard.
show?
I think my mom was just like, oh, this would be a fun ornament
Yeah,
to
you
like
like
give
the
him.
show.
Yeah.
It's just like very casual, but now it's like ingrained in my psyche as part of my childhood Christmases.
I want to bust in really quick and just talk about this beer that we are sharing. This is called The Ages, and it's by Deschutes Brewery, and it's one that we got on our road trip
Ages ago.
ago in 2018.
It's bomb.
It's delicious.
It says
Finished it.
I finished
Guyza inspired, not Goza, but Gueuze inspired.
What
Mul-
does that word mean?
I couldn't even tell you. It's probably a style of beer. Multi-year blending shapes a wild brew brimming with hints of savory, fruity esters and spicy, tangy pear and white pepper flavors.
Ooh, it's good.
It's really good.
So that is our other little sherry guy.
Sherry guy. Like Sherry, like the name.
Sherry,
Lamb chop.
Sherry, baby.
Oh, lamb chop.
I'm thinking Sherry Lewis.
I'm all about Sherry Lewis.
So should we talk about like how our queer
Did you have any other childhood things that you wanted to talk about?
I feel good about that.
Let's talk about our reshaped situation. That beer's for you. No, it's for Lindsay.
It's not for me. Our reshape.
You have beer still.
I do. Yeah, let's talk about how Christmas has changed now that we're adults with our own little families, and we no longer have parents who are having us wait on the stairs. to
Nobody's
open
the
our
boss of
gifts.
us.
No one's the boss of us. We can do whatever the fuck we want, and we all have our own path
So-
that we've gone down that's different than what our parents are
Right.
living in.
Do you guys want to talk about like what you've been doing and what you want your ideal like Christmas to be?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't know. I feel like especially this year, last year we were starting, and I feel like this is one of the weird, like, positive sides of the pandemic that we've all been experiencing, but like I feel like that first year of like during Christmas 2020, we like were relieved of obligations because it was not safe to do the family bounce around, and I feel like
So you were technically relieved. Were you also emotionally relieved?
yes, and that's what I'm getting at. I feel like the amount of relief I felt from like removing myself from all of those obligations of like what we're supposed to do and who we're supposed to have presents for and who we're supposed to make time to go see and all that, like that was all very stressful and not pleasant. And so having that just like built-in permission, I feel like really, I'm speaking for myself, Lisa must sort of agree with me because we're kind of taking the same direction, but like that changed how we want to celebrate holidays, and it changed like the boundaries of like.
Well, and I feel lucky because my parents haven't done anything on Christmas Day for the last, probably 4 or 5 years ago is when they switched. They recognize that they have 5 kids with in-laws, and they have
stepkids.
They have stepkids. There's great-grandparents. There's so many places that they're like, we know we can't get everyone here on Christmas. That's not realistic.
Yeah.
So a long time ago, they said, okay, we'll do something on a different day during the month of December. So that helped for us to have our holiday back. But
I just
you
feel
still
like
have
this
to
year
go.
we've reclaimed, though. Like this year, it's not that we have the excuse or whatever, like people are getting back out there, you know, we've had our shots and had our boosters, and it's like expected again to be out mingling in the world, and yet we're still like, no, we're gonna set a boundary, we're gonna not do those
we can
kinds
say
of
no to
things, and
We
that
don't have
feels
to say yes to
really
everything.
feels really good to me. I really like that.
I feel like this year is the first year since I came out that I am excited for Christmas, which is a big deal for me.
Yeah.
Because I had such a hard time separating the religion from holidays when I
Right.
first came out, and when I left the Mormon church, it was so integrated that I really think that I had some PTSD surrounding it. I remember the first Easter we spent together, I had a full-blown panic attack, and you just had to like go to Easter at your parents by yourself, and I just stayed home and cried all day because it was just like too much.
Well, it's hard to like separate your religious traditions from like, you want to still take like the meat of the holiday and like celebrate that, but without like the yucky candy coating of
What the
religious aspects of it.
Yeah.
And just like the context of that.
Yeah.
But then
it's
yet when
hard.
you strip away the religious context and then you try to strip away like the capitalistic context, there's
You're like,
literally
why are we
nothing
leaving
left.
the house?
Yeah, and I think like, so when I left the Mormon church, that was 7 years ago, and I remember like my first couple Christmases, I would have Christmas music on like in my car, and I would just get mad because I realized like how every single fucking Christmas song is about baby Jesus, and I was just like, it was like I felt like I was in like a parallel universe, like seeing it from the outside.
Matrix.
Yes, I was just like, has this what has been happening around me my whole life? And I remember mostly like anger. I feel like finally I'm to a place where I can just enjoy it. And I had someone ask me the other day, someone was like, why are you so excited about Christmas? You're never this excited about Christmas. And I was just like, I can now look at it from a different lens. That's like, this is a time of year where, yeah, like we've reclaimed it. It's not like scary or upsetting anymore. It's not like a burden. It's like, this is a happy time of year, and I'm choosing to enjoy the Santa side of Christmas and fuck every other part of it. Like, I don't subscribe to any religion or anything about baby Jesus, and we like to be cheeky, and we make a Christmas card with our dogs dressed up like the nativity and that's kind of just our way of poking fun at it, but I feel like this year feels different to me. And I think you're right, Kai. I think it's because we've set some boundaries and we're making it the holiday we want it to be. And we're like letting go of every other.
I feel like we finally let go of the stressful element of it that's like bye. Just, and then going to so many things that you don't even know what you have the next day because it's just like.
That's too much. Like, it's just like, you can't live like that for any.
I want a Mariah Carey Christmas. Like, I just want
You don't want
it to be silly and fun. I don't want a lot,
She just wants me.
but I want you. And I want twinkle lights, and I want yummy beers and yummy food, and
just
I
like
want
a cozy holiday.
a cozy holiday with my friends and my chosen family, and not any other bullshit.
Right.
And I'm not sitting on anyone's lap except for Kai's.
Okay.
We also like to puzzle on Christmas. That's our other thing, is puzzling. We like to get a fun Christmas puzzle and do it we start it like the week of Christmas, like usually the 23rd or the 24th. And then it lasts through like New Year's Day usually.
You just puzzle a little.
We get a really hard one, and we do it a little at a day because it's like, why are you even bothering with anything like less than 1,000 pieces?
Yeah.
That's like a waste of time.
Yeehaw.
We've also reclaimed my grandpa's Christmas punch.
with booze in it.
So my grandpa, who has passed, every single year at his Christmas party, which was a big deal, he would make Gramps' Christmas punch.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the most sugary, instant
Yeah.
instant diabetic
Yeah.
coma situation
I
of
had
like
3 glasses of it last night.
we made it last night. It's like frozen orange juice concentrate. It's like the most Mormon thing ever. Kool-Aid, 7-Up, all mixed together.
Yeah. What flavor of Kool-Aid?
Okay, so traditionally
Yeah, I'd like the traditional recipe.
it's orange concentrate, lemonade concentrate, and then a packet of raspberry Kool-Aid and a packet of cherry Kool-Aid, and then you top it with 7-Up. Well, they don't make raspberry Kool-Aid anymore. They stopped like a few years ago.
They do blue raspberry.
Yeah, you can't do that or it turns it green. My sister tried that last year and it was like a swamp monster.
Blue raspberry is not the same as raspberry.
No, it doesn't taste
in
the same.
Flavor Town.
So the closest thing I've been able to find is to replace the raspberry with a strawberry.
Okay.
But we now add booze to it, so we did rum. But really, you can only have a few glasses because it's so sugary.
Because then you're like, I need to lay down or my heart's gonna explode.
Yeah, you definitely have a sugar rush
I had a few glasses last night.
With rum, you said.
with rum.
Okay.
Or you can do vodka if
whatever
clear
Silver
liquor you have on
liquor
on hand.
floats your boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to know what you guys are doing as queer adults celebrating the holidays.
I want to get to the point where I can tell people that I'm not leaving my house.
We're not there.
We're not there yet, but
You're getting there.
we're getting
I
there.
feel like
It's
every
a
year-
hard boundary to set.
Yeah, we're working towards it, and this year we have basketball tickets, which is exciting because we like to watch basketball.
That's so you guys. I wouldn't be surprised if you like made that a holiday thing to go.
We've
every
gone
year.
tradition.
we've gone like
Every time they have a
every
jazz
time that they
game
have one on Christmas.
on Christmas, we go.
Within the last 30 years we've gone.
Mm.
30 years.
Yeah, because
Wow.
it's only been twice in the last 30 years and twice in
So
the
it's
last
a
5 years.
rare occasion.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So last time we went, we bought tickets for like everyone in your family, pretty much.
It was a
Um,
gift of sorts.
like your sister and you
That's
know,
a fun
it was
Christmas
like,
gift.
and then we were like, "This is all we're buying you. We're going to the jazz game."
Were they stoked?
Yeah,
And you got it.
but
for
we
Lacey
told
and
it to them
Birdsong.
like before the day of.
Mm-hmm.
We were like,
So they weren't like, oh, we have to go to a game.
yeah. It was a planned gift. We like to do brunch with your mom.
Mm-hmm.
We like to do food with your mom, so we're gonna take some food over there in the morning.
But do we have any traditions as adults?
No.
I don't know if we necessarily
Our tradition
do.
so far has been driving a lot.
Yeah.
You guys always get a real Christmas tree.
We do always get a real Christmas
Yeah.
tree.
Do you want to talk about your Charlie Brown?
Well, we have like a Charlie Brown connection. Because our cats are named after Charlie Brown characters.
Right, 3.
Peanuts characters.
Three
So
cats.
I can't give you all their names because that'll give away all my
Yay.
passwords that I use on any system.
I just think whenever I think of Charlie Brown Christmas, I think of you guys because you have the little tree.
Yeah,
And
we do have
And
a
you
little
have the
sad
little
tree.
like
tree.
decals in your window.
We do.
I gotta tell you, last year we can use them. They had a
They've
hard
deteriorated.
summer.
They
Yeah.
just melted.
Kind of. They kind of split in half. Charlie Brown's face kind of peeled off in 2 different
We've
pieces.
had them for a while.
So this is the last year of
No
little
need to
Charlie
ask.
Brown stickers.
I would like to have some kind of new tradition.
My ideal
would be great.
situation is maybe like every other year
You buy me a car.
I buy you an SUV.
Oh, no, honey. Let me one up you. An SUV.
We were
An
just talking about
8-seater
how
SUV.
ridiculously insane people are who buy their spouses' cars for
No
Christmas.
offense, but I just don't get it.
Offense.
Full
You're
offense.
wrong.
Great.
It's crazy.
Well, maybe the dude's just like, listen, honey, you don't know what you need in a car. I'm gonna go ahead
You
and
don't know.
buy it for you.
Honey, you don't know.
You
what
don't
get
know
you
what
a
you
good one.
want.
You
You
don't
don't know
know.
what
Just
you
get you this
need.
fancy new.
Listen,
I'll get you
doll.
heated
Trover.
seats.
I
I'll
mean,
get
I
you
guess
heated
if you
seats.
have the money, though, that's the thing. Like, I guess if you have the money where it's like you have separate finances and your money's your business, and you're just like, well, I'm gonna add this bill to my monthly
Oh,
income.
no,
that-
you-
I guess if you have never had a joint bank account with
which
your
a lot
spouse.
of couples don't have these days, which is interesting. But
like even
true.
high earners.
I just don't want anyone choosing my vehicle for me, and I don't want to choose someone else's vehicle for them.
That's what I mean. And I think that
That's a
these-
personal thing. What you're driving in
my
every day.
most offendedness is just being like, you've committed like $250,000
What?
on these vehicles. We were talking about Range Rovers
Oh,
It's a big
If there's
because you were
two
getting
of them.
financial
two
expense.
because
Yeah.
you're getting 2 of them.
I mean, it's probably not a quarter, but
It's,
It's
a lot.
close enough
It's a
that I
lot.
can say $250,000,
It's
and
close
it's
to
not
200.
a lie.
And you're just committing to this huge monthly payment, and you don't even know if I'm going to like it.
oh, you're gonna like
What if I'm
it.
like, honey, I wanted
oh, you're
a
gonna
black
like it.
car.
I wanted gold interior.
What if I was planning on like building a new house in I don't know
You're
Hawaii?
like, honey,
or
I would
whatever.
rather have a boat than this car.
Yeah, what if I wanted a big boat?
It comes down to communication as a
Okay.
couple.
These are. I will never
Not
buy
for
it.
everyone though, because some people are thrilled about that. That's the thing.
I would fucking hope so.
I guess.
Just no one do that for me.
I would hope that whoever got a
Kai?
car was thrilled.
I'm not gonna buy you a car. I promise.
Because, yeah.
I will talk you out of it if you ever think about
So
it.
I'm like, I'm gonna buy Lisa a new car.
I'd be like, cool. I like wouldn't be
No,
excited.
I'd
It
be
wouldn't
like, no, no,
this
no,
grand
no, you're not.
moment
You
that
can't.
people want that moment to be. I'd be like, okay, this is what you got me for Christmas. I'd be a bitch about it.
You're like, this is the amount of thought you put into it. You just buy me a car. Like, you can just pay money.
Okay.
You know, I give 0 fucks about what I drive.
I feel like there's a last little thing I'd like to add, and that is that since we've all been friends and getting to be closer friends over the last 3-ish years, I would say, we have started to kind of have some of our own traditions. We were kind of like COVID buddies. I feel like we were like
We were in the
the
same
only
pod.
we were like the only like seeing friends in our
Yeah.
pods, and like so we did a lot of Christmas stuff together last year and this year too, but I don't know. It's just fun to have like people that you build fun things with. And for us, that's like certain restaurants that we go to on certain nights and like watching particular movies or like drinking Griswolds and
Going to see the Christmas lights.
yeah, going to Tona and going to the lights. And those are all things that I really like. I'm really thankful to have friends that are family that we share those moments with. So there's just
Cheers to chosen family traditions.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
Oh. Can we talk about Christmas music and Christmas movies?
yeah.
Favorite movie and album. Is that what we should do?
Yeah.
You're going to have to choose one.
So, I think I have to, for favorite Christmas movie, it's A Christmas Story.
It's just a
It
perfect
just
classic.
always does it for me.
We
Like,
haven't watched it yet this year. We need to.
yeah, I think as soon as I watch it, I'm usually in the mode, Christmas mode.
Have you
Um,
watched it this year?
No. There was like a brief moment it was
There-
on, but
It was on
wasn't
TV,
long
but
enough.
we watched it
Should
for like
we have
10 minutes.
that as our Christmas Eve pinnacle?
Maybe we should.
Maybe.
Because
We have it on DVD.
I love that movie.
I also love Elf,
I love Elf too, but
but A Christmas Story
Okay.
is
that's like the
timeless.
pinnacle Christmas movie.
Okay.
in my opinion.
Yeah. And it came out in the 80s, so it's been around my entire life.
And I love the like bad-mouthed father and the Bumpus Hounds. And
It's classic.
it's
There's
just
so
like-
many
it
great moments.
just, yeah, it's a great movie. I love it.
Christmas album. I mean, I don't know if I have a Christmas album, but it's just like Mariah Carey Christmas tunes. Really do it for me.
Mariah Carey Christmas. All I want for Christmas is Mariah Carey's Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I kind of feel like we're on the same page. I mean,
Mhm.
I really will add that I love the Spectres Christmas album.
right.
I love that
The
one.
Ronettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So
Roners.
good.
The Roners. The Ronettes.
I
Yeah.
try not to think too hard about it,
'Cause-
but I also like
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. There's some
he's not
problematic
singing.
things.
He was a problematic person, but they were all
Right.
very talented and unfortunate.
But
that
he was
came
a
into their
problematic
path.
person, yeah.
But
Yeah,
that album
icky.
is Christmas
Right.
It's
to the
really
max.
I also really love the Beach Boys Christmas album.
We
We
just
listened to
listening
that.
I
It's
know.
fun.
Yeah, we listened to
Surfing
that.
Christmas.
It was good.
So
Surfing
for a
Christmas.
second, for some reason, it sounded really slow.
Because you were on the wrong speed, or
It just sounded slow.
oh,
And
Based on
so I was like,
other
factors.
I'm gonna see if I'm crazy or if this is a 45.
so you turned it on to 45.
and then I hit 45, and it was not that, it wasn't that different. It wasn't that different.
They were just chipmunks.
But the music didn't sound that fast. Like the music sounded like a normal
Well,
speed.
the song that you
but
were
then
on,
they were just higher pitched.
the song you were on was like Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah, it's like the really slow.
It's very
I know what
slow.
song you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's very slow. And then you sped it up, and I didn't even notice when I came downstairs that there was chipmunks singing Beach Boys.
Yeah, it's interesting. I would encourage you to turn it on to 45. Just
well, we're gonna listen to it as soon as we're done with this recording, because now I
Yes.
can't wait to hear what that might be.
Well, it's just like Madonna. Slow Madonna.
Slow Madonna, except fast Beach Boys.
Fast Beast Boys is what you want.
What about you, Lise?
Movie and album.
Okay, movie easy. Mixed Nuts. Most people haven't seen it.
I haven't seen that.
It is by far my favorite Christmas movie of all
That's
time.
very enjoyable. I also
It
like
stars Rita Wilson and Steve Martin
Okay.
with Madeline Kahn, Adam Sandler. There's a ton of these really wild cameos.
It was like an early 90s movie.
early 90s.
Was it like an SNL?
It might as well have been, but
Affiliated?
no, it's just like a regular ass movie.
Okay.
But it takes place in California on the beach, and it's like all of these wacky people have all this stuff going on and how their Christmases collide, and
Okay.
it's amazing.
All right.
So if you can find Mixed Nuts, watch that.
You'll
I-
have to send that to me later so that I look
We
it
have
up.
I
the
will.
DVD of it, don't we?
No, I had the DVD and then an ex-girlfriend has it, which I feel resentful for.
Uh-oh.
Did you introduce her to Mixed Nuts?
Yes.
Oh,
and I didn't get it in the
It's
very
probably in
No.
her trash can.
I know.
Because we have the
Oh,
case
no.
for it.
Yes.
What a bitch.
So I need to just order it
Oh,
again.
no.
But last year it was on like HBO or something. Like it's normally streamed,
Okay.
but you have to look for it because it's a really obscure Christmas movie.
I've
Scared.
I feel like I've never even.
It's fun.
It's
It's
really
never
fun.
been in my orbit.
The music in it is phenomenal.
Okay.
Close runner up is Family Stone,
Yeah.
which
love
I have to
Family
watch
Stone
every
too.
year, and I cry like a baby every year.
Okay.
It's another like ensemble cast. It has Diane Keaton.
Sarah Michelle. Doesn't it have the one of the Sex in the City?
Yeah, what's Sarah Jessica Parker? It has one of the Wilson brothers, Luke Wilson.
It's a great movie.
The girl from The Notebook. There's a lot of
What?
famous
Rachel
people in it.
McAdams.
Rachel
It's
McAdams.
A great movie.
The guy
what?
from My Best Friend's Wedding.
Oh, that horse-faced
Something
man.
McDermott. There's a lot of famous actors in it.
Yeah.
It's great.
I didn't know we were doing runners up.
I'm sorry. I just have to say that because this movie, like,
She goes back and forth on whether Mixed Nuts or The Family Stone is her favorite movie. So it wasn't a runner-up. It was just
Okay,
a, I
it's
don't,
like a tie.
I don't
1A,
have to
1B.
choose.
and I watch them both every single year, and they're so different. Like, Mixed Nuts is just zany and fun and wacky,
That's
and Family Stone makes me bawl like a baby in a great
Are
way.
there
Okay.
puppies?
It's very family.
There's
no,
no
it's just like
puppies.
very family.
It's like,
messy
we actually
dynamics.
love
like,
you.
It's real. It's a
It's
real life,
real
family
life.
mess situation.
And
All right.
it's great. And the music in that is great too. They both have great soundtracks.
Are those your soundtracks for Christmas? What's your favorite
What's
Christmas
your album?
soundtrack?
My favorite, I'm going to say my favorite record in I have a lot of favorite Christmas albums. I already mentioned one from my childhood, but my favorite record we have right now that's a Christmas record has to be the Home Alone.
That's a good like little jingle. That sounds
So I
and it's just
recommend that.
instrumental, right?
No.
No, there's some. It's a
Oh.
whole mixture of things. That some of it's totally instrumental. Some of it's.
But then like that song when they're running through the airport that's like run Rudolph.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm hearing that.
And then like Rocking Around the Christmas Tree is on
Okay,
that.
okay, that
There's
makes sense.
there's like it's such a great
Is that
mix.
the one that's playing when he's like puppeteering?
Yes.
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 Okay.
And who is it? It's Brenda
Brenda Lee.
Lee.
Brenda
It's
Lee.
Brenda Lee,
Yes. It's just like a great
So Home Alone.
Home Alone compilation.
That's
I
your
think there's
album,
two
not your
albums.
movie.
Correct. Alex?
Interesting.
I would say my movie. It might be Home Alone, but I'm leaning more towards the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Fuck yes.
It's the Muppets.
Yep, that's the first Christmas movie we watched
love-
this year.
I love
I
those
wanna watch
Muppets.
that again.
Yeah, you
kind
fell
of.
asleep.
Oh,
Oh,
That's why.
Surprise, everyone.
God, the music in it is so fun.
I know.
We listened to that today.
I turned on the soundtrack today.
I love it.
We listened to the Marley and Marley.
Oh, I love that version.
Marley.
Yeah. So I love that movie.
Okay.
And I love Home Alone, and like I recognize why that soundtrack would be like
No,
The
you have an obscure Christmas movie, semi-obscure Christmas movie that you enjoy.
a movie or a soundtrack.
Movie other than the Muppets.
for Christmas.
Yeah. You're forgetting. That's okay.
Well, I love the Gremlins. Is that what you're talking about?
Die Hard.
Well, I love Die Hard too. That's
I've
not
never seen
obscure.
Die
You
Hard.
talk
Come
about
on.
you. It's obscure-ish
No.
for a Christmas
Do
movie.
you feel like it's a Christmas
No, everybody knows that it's a Christmas movie.
No, I know, but it's obscure-ish. It's not
No, no, it's not.
like ish.
Everybody's dad has watched Die Hard 1 through 4.
I don't think my dad.
We're talking in the Christmas realm. I just feel like it's not
Number
like a
one,
top 5
Die Hard
Christmas
1.
movie.
Die Hard 1 is a Christmas movie. Die Hard 2 is a Christmas movie.
Right, but I don't
Die
think
Hard
that
3
you
is a summer.
do you think
Christmas
of Die
movie.
Hard when you think of Christmas movies? You
I
do,
do.
but I don't think a lot of people do.
I
That's
think-
what I mean by
No, I think
obscure.
that this is more common than you think.
I think it is, but I don't think it's top 5.
What's your album?
It's probably the John Denver and the Muppets. It's very Muppet oriented.
It's a very Muppety
I thought you were
holiday.
going to say
yeah.
Nat King Cole.
Well, Nat King Cole is like, okay, Nat King Cole is a big
Contender.
feature in my holiday plans and soundtracks, albums. I don't have like an album that I turn on though.
No.
I just like flip on best of Nat King Cole and it's all
It's not just Nat King
Christmas.
Cole's Christmas. It's just
Yeah.
like that classic jazz vibey that's kind of
This is like-
festive.
This is the one thing that like was injected into me from my grandma. She listened to Nat King Cole all the time and then I picked that up and that's my holiday. Like
associate
my
it.
classy holiday.
I like it.
I like that too.
I like that you can be like, I'm going to be silly with the Muppets, and then I'm going to be classy with Nat King Cole. It's
I also
very well
feel
rounded.
like a lot
Yeah.
of really good jazz music just like has that vibe of like a classy Christmas, whether
'Cause
it's
it's all
like
cozy
really
and
classy,
cozy,
like
yeah.
whether it's really Christmassy or not. It's just like Christmassy
It's like a little walking around with booze in your hand in a glass.
and looking at lights and feeling fancy and just being fancy. Yeah.
Kai, what's your movie and album?
I agreed with Lindsay, really. Like I don't feel like I need to.
Christmas Story and Mariah.
Yeah. I mean, like the Christmas Story movie, I grew up watching that every year. My dad absolutely loves it, which cracks me up because my dad's so straight-laced and that movie's like a little edgy, and like we grew up watching that every year from like the youngest I can remember. And yeah, like that's just like the classic Christmas movie. And I remember hearing that Mariah Carey All I Want for Christmas Is You in first grade in 1998. And
You've never been the
all
same
the
since.
student body officers
since
from the high school came to perform that song like at
In
our
a silly
elementary
dance.
school in an assembly, and then they like put like little reindeer noses on certain people, like all I want for Christmas is you, and then they would put like a little reindeer nose on you and you were like, they chose me. And it was
These
just
were
like,
high school students?
yeah.
In an elementary school.
Yeah, like they were like some
Putting on an
particular.
assembly.
Yeah, you know.
Honey, let's not overthink it, okay?
I'm
Think
not
of the
going
Glee
to.
Club, okay? Think of the Glee
I'd
Club.
rather not.
All right, well,
Did you get chosen?
no, I don't think
Oh,
I
no.
don't.
God.
I
Sorry.
never
Oh,
got chosen.
no.
I never got chosen, but I
have a good gift idea for you, Lisa.
Yeah.
Just pin a reindeer nose
Yeah,
on
that's
Kai.
all. That's all he needs.
I loved it, and that was like my first impression of that album, and I still just like the second it's time to be Christmassy, all I want to hear is that like bell at the beginning. I don't want for Christmas.
It's iconic.
Yeah, it is. But that being said, being a record store guy, I get a lot of shit for loving Christmas music, but I fucking love Christmas music. And this year I've been like all
We have a
in.
good collection now.
All in. So let's wrap this shit up so I can turn some of it on.
All right. Well,
Happy holidays to our
Happy
holidays.
Holidays.
To
to our
you.
listeners.
Oh,
Stay sane out there.
happy
no is a complete sentence.
holidays.
You can do whatever
Set your
you
boundaries,
want. Set your
wherever
boundaries.
you need to this year.
Right.
'Cause we won't, so
we-
somebody ought to.
We wish you a Merry Christmas
And a
and a
happy
happy
new beer.
Oh my
or
gosh.
or queer. If you're a new queer, happy new queer.
Absolutely. Goodbye.
Can we digress into the Reading Rainbow? Reading Rainbow.
I'm gonna take a look. It's in a book on Reading Rainbow.
I think that was an improv,
That was
but
great.
I liked
That was
it.
great.